Caleb Heimlich is the chair of the Washington State General GOP. So this is fascinating. So they're telling him, hey, go home. It's over, but vote for Biden. He will keep the revolutionary fervor going. Now, that's intriguing to me. What do you got to say about it?
Yeah, well, first of all, this is an example of the chaos that is going on in Seattle. As you pointed out, businesses are suing, residents are rising up, frustrated about the lack of leadership from the city. And one of the things that we've seen in this protest in the CHOP zone is nobody's been in charge. So some people are saying, well, that tweet wasn't from us. That's not an official count. It doesn't speak for us. But regardless, I think the choice for the voters of Washington State and the United States is clear. We've seen from Mayor Jenny Durkan, who's a Democrat, of course, our governor, Governor Jay Inslee, really an unwillingness to enforce the law, to protect people and property. And so that's what the voters are going to have to make that choice this summer and fall, is do we want to go with that party that's allowing really chaos to reign?
Well, look, I always think of Washington State as essentially a Democrat state. I'm sure there are areas inland, not the coastal areas, but I'm sure there are areas inland which are Republican areas. Do you think that balance is going to change because of what's been happening in Seattle? Can you see some seats being picked up by the GOP in Washington State?
Absolutely. This is a swing state. For the last 5 years, it was dead tied in the state Senate. Republicans actually had a one-seat majority. So there are suburban seats that we absolutely can pick up. And especially when you see this just complete failure in the city of Seattle and the complete lack of leadership from our governor, Jay Inslee, he's vulnerable. And so I think we're going to flip Washington State this year.
Can Seattle recover quickly from this if they get rid of the CHOP zone?
That is a great question, and I don't know that there's a quick answer. I think this is going to be a long process. We've seen just this week a capital investment firm, Smead, is moving to Phoenix. Yep. They're out of here. And I think you're going to see more businesses saying, look, if you go to Seattle right now where I'm at, businesses are still boarded up. And this is now, we had the coronavirus and 2 months of a shutdown, and then we've had the last several weeks of just chaos in a major city. And so if you're a business owner, if you're an investor, an entrepreneur, you've got to think long and hard if you're going to invest in an area like this. So I do think it's going to be a process for Seattle, but I firmly believe we can turn it around if we start getting new leadership in at the state level.
I've only got 30 seconds left, but you tell me, is there some real anger in Washington State about what's been happening in Seattle? Are people really annoyed about this?
Yes, absolutely. I think you've seen it there's a video going around now where a resident who had been stuck in his apartment came down and started physically ripping down the barriers and just throwing them aside because it's lawlessness, it's chaos, it's anarchy. It's a frustration with saying, where is the leadership? Why aren't people doing what they're supposed to be doing? We're paying our taxes, we're going to work, we're doing our part. Why is our leadership failing us? And that angst, I think, is coming out, and we're looking to harness that to replace Governor Inslee in November.
All right, Caleb Heimlich, thanks for being with us this morning. Good stuff, and we'll see you later.
Thank you, Stuart.
Sir. Sure thing.